It's such an honor to be part of Salem News Channel, as I mentioned at the beginning of this debut week. And one of the great things about it, one of the treasures actually, is that I can work with people that I have such great admiration for and respect for and that I consider friends. And then I work with people like Sebastian Gorka. Dr. Gorka, of course, the host of America First on Salem. We are friends. I'm joking, of course.
Yeah, because this is day 4 of your show.
Well,
and
no,
you had
five. Isn't this 5? Is this Friday? Are we on Friday? What day is today?
You're at the end of your premiere week.
Yes.
And you have some guy called Hugh Hewitt on the first day. What is that? I tried to bribe you with a bottle of champagne and I get to be the tail end Charlie?
Well, first of all, we wanted to get it right by the time you came on. It was more of a
slick
dress
act.
rehearsal
Slick.
I
he
knew you were going to have
You know that.
Wow, it's great to be part of the family here, Seth.
I want to immortalize this. Can we do a little selfie for our social media?
Why not?
All right, come on.
I'm sure that the...
Let's do it.
Thank you for making me go viral.
Of course.
So to speak. This is a fun team to work with.
Are you enjoying our studio?
No, thank you for calling it our studio. Seb and I share the same studio here, so when you watch America First, you should just know that he's staring at my studio all day. And then when we do America Tonight at the nighttime and you leave it beautiful and clean, I'm staring at your gorgeous studio. So
Not my job.
Fun. They're doing a great job here at Salem News Channel. I'm really fun.
How's that Doug chappie working out? Is he all right?
Our producer, Doug, he wants a lot of camera time. It's getting me a little nervous.
He's got like that Jesse Waters complex,
right? It's a little bit like that. I know.
Okay.
And I'm O'Connor, O'Reilly.
Watch your back.
Don't distract me. Now, I have a whole agenda of questions, Gorka, that I've got to ask you. First of all, you were in the news in the last several days. Apparently, you're flirting with the idea of working with the new Republican majority on some investigative hearings?
It's not my flirtation. It was instigated by that rabble-rouser firebrand Matt Gaetz, who loves now and again to invite me into the members' dining room in Congress and just to see the reactions of the Democrats who scurry and,
that's gotta be a blast.
Blurt out their soup as they're eating. Because he wanted to strategize on what happens day 1 after the midterms. What should the GOP do with all of these things, these new powers they'll have to subpoena, to run committees? And do we look at the Hunter Biden laptops as something that touches so many areas all the committees can investigate, or should there be a standing committee? And I gave him my recommendation. You should have a standing committee. I've investigated corrupt heads of state before. I was on the Hungarian parliamentary committee that investigated a prime minister who was found out to be a former major in the secret police. So I gave him my ideas, but it's up to the GOP to decide.
Think about where we are right now as a nation, Dr. Gorka, where you actually just compared what's going on in the United States of America at the highest levels of government with corrupt parliamentarians in Hungary. I mean, no offense to Hungary, but...
No, they had 40 years of communism that had to be looked at, but here we have one family that is a criminal cartel, from Biden's brother to his son, the China deals, the Ukraine deals. I mean,
did you recommend they start with Peter Schweitzer's book
and
just go with chapter 1? Let's go.
No, I recommended the people who have to come in as either advisors or friendly witnesses. It's got to be Peter Schweitzer. It's got to be Emma Jo Morris, who broke the laptop story for the New York Post. Now she's with Breitbart, along with Miranda Devine, John Solomon, Dan Bongino, Sarah Carter. That is your dream team of experts. And then you start the list of who you're going to subpoena, starting with Tony Bobulinski.
And by the way, a stunning revelation from Tony Bobulinski. And it's this guy, this FBI agent, Timothy Tebow, not the football player, that continues showing up. I always hear the left Democrats always say, oh yeah, there's a grand conspiracy and everybody at the FBI is in on it. You don't need everybody on the FBI. No. This one guy, Timothy Tebow, and look at where his fingers are.
Or you look at I read it onto the record on my show on Wednesday, the letter from a guy I know, the deputy director of the FBI, Dave Bowditch, where he fires Peter Strzok. And then one of the things he notes is, and by the way, the reason you brought such disrepute to the FBI, to the whole institution, you were in charge of the 2 biggest investigations in FBI history, the Russia collusion hoax and Hillary's email scandal. And one guy can obstruct justice by himself if he's at the right place.
That's right. Absolutely. And we're seeing it every time. By the way, I forgot that you had a show. Remind everyone what time it's on, because you just referenced the show and it's like...
America First.
Right.
Because it's not the Sebastian Gorka show, because I believe in things beyond just myself. It's America First. It's for everybody. And it's 3 to 6 Eastern every day across the nation. Right. SebGorka.com.
And 3 to 5 here on the Salem News Channel.
At 3 to 5 on the Salem News Channel. And then some guy comes in at 5. What's his name? Will I don't know.
We like Will. Yeah, Andrew. Andrew, right? Is
Smart
Andrew?
guy.
He is a smart guy.
Smart guy.
No, it's a fun team. So this is now you're not. If you are involved in these investigations for the House Republicans, that's going to be a side gig, right?
Well, he suggested staff director, so it wouldn't be me in front of the
Right.
cameras. And I think Salem is interested in getting to the bottom of what's happening in America. But hey, look, I'm having lunch with one guy. The GOP has to show that they're serious, whether it's me or somebody else. Just do something.
Yeah. Well, listen, the fact that there's an appetite there, an interest there, because, listen, I like a lot of people in the House leadership. Some of them I'm a little suspicious of because I think that they're sort of your typical old politicians that don't
Marquis of
quite
Queensberry
know
rules.
Yeah, exactly. The agenda obviously has to be about the economy, but we're talking about it every single night here. We need these investigations. Or as my friend Julie Gundlach likes to say, we want revenge. It's our turn.
Look, of course it's the economy. When you look at inflation, price of gas, the stock market, 401ks, I get that. But what are the majority of the 74 million who voted for President Trump going to say if they don't see some action with regards to corruption? Well, they're going to say, sorry, we voted for you again, and then you do nothing?
Right.
They will be held to pay politically for the GOP if they think it's just business as usual day one after the midterms.
So what's the 2024 primary looking like for the Republicans right now, do you think?
I spoke to the founder of Trafalgar, which seemed to be the most reliable pollsters right now, Robert Cahaley. He predicted what I expect, 35 to 40 seats.
Oh, for the 22 midterms.
For the midterms, sorry.
Really? 30 to 40?
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be good.
You're
Anything over 25, I'm happy about.
You're asking about...
I was asking about the primaries.
Oh.
Because we've got, obviously, you see Mike Pompeo is running ads in Iowa, New Hampshire, and here in D.C., which I think is smart because it gets us talking about it. Nikki Haley, I think, said that she would run if Trump doesn't run. If Trump runs, she doesn't want to get in the middle of that. DeSantis, of course, his image is looming larger and larger.
Look, I don't think I'm breaking news here. My old boss is running. So President Trump is running. The question is when he announces before the midterms, after the midterms, or what have you. He is running. If you're insane, you'll run against him as a Republican. And we know people like Kasich who do things like that. So if you're rational, you're not going to run against him because he will destroy all the people running against him. And lastly, if Ron is smart, what Ron does is he's the Veep ticket, and then in 28 he slides into the top slot.
I hear a lot of people saying they'd love a Trump-DeSantis ticket.
But then one of them would have to move out of Florida.
You mentioned my interview. You're right, that's the constitutional issue. You mentioned my interview with Hugh Hewitt, and I asked him a similar question. But my question was, if Trump is running in a primary against people like Pompeo or Haley who worked with him, who actually achieved quite a bit with him, who are not hostile to him. If Ron DeSantis were to run in the primary against Donald Trump, they will not be hostile. It won't be the same as 2016 where it was Trump against everyone.
Right, but it's got to be a rational...
Will he destroy them? I mean, he may destroy them electorally at the ballot box, but will he go after them personally like he sometimes does?
It depends. Look, he punches second. He never punches first. If they decide to do something stupid because of their ego, he will respond and he will, no holds will be barred. But what I'm talking about is whether they do something stupid. Because look, even Kissinger, who's no fan of President Trump, although he was in the White House almost every weekend when we were there.
Really?
Oh yeah, he loved being, the center of attention in the West Wing. Even Kissinger has said, on the record, he hasn't seen anything since Eisenhower in terms of mobilization by a political entity, a character like President Trump. And he's right. Name me one politician, I don't care whether it's Democrat or Republican, Larry, who can announce, I'm going to this stadium tomorrow, and within 24 hours, 60,000 people want to be there. It's not Ron. God bless Ron in Florida. It's not Nikki Haley. It's not Mike Pompeo. It's not even Hillary or Biden, right? This man has something.
He's a force of nature. Absolute force of nature.
And that is why he is the kingmaker who could be king again, if he wants to be. And I think he wants to.
Dr. Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Well, I know, but it's the official title. So
but we're colleagues in the same shared studio.
All right, Seb. Seb, okay? Can I do Seb?
Seb's good.
All right, good. Seb Gorka, you can check him out here every single day, 3 to 5 on Salem News Channel. I know you already watch, but I'd like to remind you, I get an extra $20 in my check if I mention it. Thanks, Seb. I appreciate it.
And check out my new Substack. Just
that's right. You're on the
week.
Substack now.
SebastianGorka.substack.com. Brand new this week.
I'm holding out for the OnlyFans. More to come on O'Connor Tonight.